the Maasai people are looked down upon. They are kind of undermined by other tribes because they say that they are primitive, they are not learned. They really look down upon the Maasai community. A majority of them rely on the livestock. The drought spell is really long. They died in great numbers. Others even were going without food for weeks. There before, they used to survive a cheaper life than now. The white man came to Africa. Things like ammunitions, guns, and they introduced money, and all this civilization that has come about, all these other alternatives of living instead of depending on cows came about. Due to that expense of life now, people have to look for better ways of surviving. So they get that pain that we have to take our children to school also to have the same opportunities other people are getting. And the tribe and the culture all together, it will extinct.
By then, when my parents told me that I'm going to school, I became very happy. So that even that night before I go, I didn't sleep by happiness. Not thinking which time will it become daytime, then I go to school. But yet after I reached school, I met so many kids, of which it's unfamiliar to me, like I don't know them. Then I ran home without knowing that we returned to class. So by then, that made me really be loved by the students, by the people who already knows the school program. My parents grow up typically Maasais. When my dad, for example, is on this age of mine, will have not be just here. I've been looking was to be Amran, hunting for the buffaloes and the lions. We used to tell stories in Maasai culture, but I'm typical change because instead of taking that time, I take my time in watching movies. This is my computer. So I'm now watching a movie about Victoria, the Princess of Sweden. Yeah. So my life is actually different from my parents.
sii ore kijiting'ito nee taata nidol incho irkokoyo eishop irkarash lormaasai nee sii taata nitau duo endala taata normaasai eyieu nedol.
My dad have 3 wives. The last wife was married when he's still young. He's given a girl of 16, maybe 16 years old. We share the same life together. We become friends and we become a family. I also feel sorry for her because maybe in some years to come, not being a woman, so we'll be just at home, maybe relaxing, fetching of water, fetching of firewood. So we'll not get like work, so we'll just maybe like depending on my dad. It is a positive way to the women when the women get education. The women is well known in Marseille as the less privileged, gentle. During the time of these big meetings, a woman is not there or is not given the chance to go to talk about it, even if he has a good point. No. Maybe it was she's the one who has a good point about it. Yeah. Instead of being circumcised and given out to husband, because they are before. The girls they are not married. And the girl was 15 years old, or even 14. Was able to be married. So now they have to stop it. A cow. Sister to the goat.
Moyale banani laf biyalena de ya di mamandal te nagarta yomi tumbushe galasi nagala basira nafusi wadi gala malelele amalelele tumbushe galasi nagala basira nafusi wadi gala.
In the ancient times, long time ago, the Maasais never valued education. The only children who are being taken to school by then were those who are hated. When a child is suspected not to be the biological son or daughter of that family, they saw that the dumping place of such people is school. They saw that people who go to school are outcasts. People will never make it in life. I am supposed to be a Maasai and look like a Maasai. But due to the issue of going to school, you can't integrate it with the culture, because if you are focused to the culture, you will have to forget about books. Go to the mountain, they are fond of going there with animals. They stay, taking that traditional medicine, taking soup, eating meat, they come back. They go for such ceremonies like initiation, when they are passing out to be men. That also needs time to be allocated for it.
Humanity. Humility, yes, humility is a right.
When when they start focusing at education much and seeing that going to school is beneficial, they will gradually forget the culture. They see it as something that is past by time, something useless. A child must have the first language, Maasai. So you find they are really fluent in Maasai, although they are denied the chance of communicating in Maasai in school. But when they go back home, that's how they communicate with the parents. Since the culture is dying off, the language gradually fades away. Their children are born, would never know anything about Maasai. Automatically that greatly kills the tribe. And once the language has died, everything else collapses.
Education has given a lot of Maasai knowledge, which has prevented them from many things, including early marriages and early pregnancy. This has opened their psychology and have challenged them.
Such crimes like prostitution and lesbianism were not known, but nowadays these are common and they have been done. Secondly, education has led into proud and bad people.
It is how a child is being brought up at home. That is why the Europe says, or the wise men said, charity begins at home. Thank you.
Yes, education can make a person to be so boosted, because to be proud, because you can get educated and get a job. When you get a job, you will be rich. When you get rich, you'll be proud, because the other people are not educated, and so you'll be proud.
Even in traditional, peoples are being proud. If maybe a man has many cattle or many children, she's proud in front of the others. Thank you.
Modern people fight with others. In traditional life, people in unity and love others. Nowadays, our children put on funny clothes. Prostitution was not in the past. Circumcision is better because to keep away from men.
Education cannot make a person to be proud. Neither does it make a person to hate other people and not to give them their rights. Because if you want to be poor, you'll start from school. You'll stop learning, then it will bring up poverty.
Here in Maasai land, there are so many high incidences of girls getting pregnant when they're in school and they drop out, and so they opt to give you out to a husband. And you should know that a husband also is not learned, because no learned person will accept to marry somebody primitive. A family is formed of people who are not educated, and these people need to live, they need to eat, they need to survive. So to the side of the mother, what she decides to do is, let me do this, let me buy beads, make some things from my culture, I sell, I get food. They are openly selling the culture because before you even take a photo, you have to pay. They entertain you, you pay. You buy ornaments, you pay. You see? The culture is supposed to be something to be valued. A person who abandons or leaves his culture is like a slave because you belong nowhere. You don't have any sense of belonging.
We don't have enough other businesses. We have seen many tribes or many people in Kenya, they are admiring our culture, the Maasai beads. You can see some people even wearing, and they don't know any Maasai language at all. For some culture of the Maasai, they don't have future, just finish like that. Some lions can come hunting the cattle. All the people, the young men, they are at school, they are doing whatever. So nobody can help the community. So that can hurt. There are some things that we have to stop, but there are some others which cannot be stopped.
As long as now I'm educated, and I have my good, well-paid job, through that, it is really, really, really meaningless for me. To find me in the street, just loitering there selling the beads. No? So education really, really helped the Maasai from selling their own culture. By they selling, we become similar. It will be then meaningless for us as Maasai. You are not enabled to differentiate about who the Maasai is. Who are not educated. My life is totally now different from them. Their life now able to get a good job, and they don't because they didn't study. Urbanization will start very soon, and through urbanization, no one will get like a good job without being well educated. If those children cannot get education, their battle will be so bad. I'm now able to have like a knowledge to plan on my future. I just have knowledge to go to hunt for livestock, for fishes. But now I'm able to now to have like goals, to set some goals or targets about my life. Culture is going to die. Instead of the old ladies or the family, old grands, who are there to take the opportunity in telling the story for the young ones, there will be not such time. People will be so busy working their computers. People will be so busy watching their movies. People will be so busy chatting in the Facebooks. Yeah. So yeah, education is really a positive way, but also is a burden part of culture. Me myself, I would like to study, to further my education for a university, to study. After studying, you get like a good, well job, for example. You live in such a different life from what others Maasai do. So the Maasai of tomorrow will be so good. So in 10 years' time, yes, the culture will going to die, but also it will be a beginning of the new life to the Maasai.